First, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
That is an awesome shot of Mount Hood right there, and that is not smoke. Those are regular clouds, but it doesn't mean that we shouldn't be thinking about wildfires. Hello, everyone. I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now, part of Fox 12 Oregon. Appreciate you joining us here at our digital desk. And today is, well, almost the end of Wildfire Awareness Month for May. We're one day away from that. And with that, the Oregon Department of Emergency Management wants us to start really thinking about how to be prepared. I think for anybody who's been in Oregon for the last at least couple of years, you're probably aware of the different levels of evacuation notices. You're at least familiar with that. You've heard them before, but what do they actually mean? What should you be doing? How should you prepare? Those are all things we're going to be talking about right now. We are joined by April, who is here to walk us through all of this. You know, we've had such nice weather here lately, and I know there's already been some concerns about wildfires, so it really is good to start thinking about this. But April, I'm gonna turn to you as the expert. What is one of the first things that people should really start thinking about right now?
Well, the first step in being prepared for wildfire season is to make sure that you're staying informed. And what that looks like is signing up for local emergency alerts with your county. We do have a website, it's oralert.gov, where you can go and find the sign up page for your local county emergency alerts. And that way, if there is ever a wildfire evacuation or any other kind of emergency notification that you need to receive, you can be signed up and receive those alerts on your phone or email or however you choose to opt in to be notified.
And I think that's a really good thing to be aware of. And can you just say that website one more time for everybody?
Yes, that's oralert.gov.
Okay.
And that's basically where you can go and look and search for your county's emergency alert system to sign up for.
When signing up for that ahead of time, you know, a lot of times these fires can happen so fast. And when you're in the middle of it, or maybe you're getting a warning or you're in danger of being evacuated, at that time, you're probably not necessarily thinking clearly of, okay, where do I need to go? Or you have to go back and remember that. If you're already signed up, then you'll get those notifications automatically. So that sounds like a great way to just do that like now.
Yes, it only takes a few minutes to go in there and sign up. And a lot of folks are already signed up. So just take a few moments to go in there and make sure that your contact information is updated. Maybe your phone number changed or your email address changed, just updating that information. But if you do get a wildfire evacuation notice, knowing what those different evacuation levels mean, a level 1, be ready. That means that's the time to pack up and prepare. That's the time to get in contact with your emergency contacts, whether that's loved ones, friends, neighbors, those that you may reach out to for assistance to evacuate. That's the time to be, putting that plan of action into place, packing up, getting ready to go. And then if you go to a level 2, that means there's more significant danger in the area and you need to be ready to leave at a moment's notice. So that means the car's already packed. You've already reached out to loved ones. You have evacuation routes planned on where you're going to go and where you're going to find shelter, whether that's staying with family, friends out of the affected area or finding a shelter location. And then once you get to a level 3, the time to prepare has passed. Level 3 is go now. That means leave immediately without delay, because at a level 3, staying would put yourself, your loved ones, and also emergency responders in danger to stay in the area at a level 3. That's go now.
So going back to these and kind of walking through, level 1 and on up, what takes place? What's necessary for a level 1 alert notice to be issued?
So a level 1 means that there is danger in the area that you need to be aware of. And wildfires move quickly. It's not like you could start at a level 1 and then it, neatly and organized goes through to level 2 and then a level 3. Conditions can change very, very rapidly. You might even start out at a level 2 or could even start at a level 3, depending on how close you are to that specific danger or that threat. So having those emergency alerts and getting those notifications real time is very important.
So, talking about preparing yourself. So you get a level 1 notification, which we'll start there, I guess, start at the level 1. One of the things it's saying here, and I'm not sure if everybody can read this, we'll have a link to this, but it's, stay informed, have your plan and a go kit ready. Let's walk through those two steps.
Absolutely. So before the wildfire season even begins, before there's smoke in the air, it's important to prepare ahead of time. And what that looks like is having a plan. What does that look like for you and your household and your family? Do you have special transportation considerations that you need to plan ahead for? Do you have, what if you're separated from your other family members during the emergency? Do you have a family communication plan? What if your kids are at school and you're at work and you're all in different locations? Having that communication plan and practicing it with your loved ones ahead of time is important. And then also having a go kit. So take the time now to pack up a go kit, and what that looks like is going to be individual depending on your individual needs, but your basic essentials, things like, a flashlight, extra batteries for your flashlight, extra chargers for your phone, food and water, and maybe an extra set of clothes, some comfort items for the kids. Pack up a go kit for your pets as well, and make sure that you've got some food, water, comfort items, and things you'll need for your pets if you have to leave with them in a hurry as well. For folks that are maybe a bit older or have disabilities or special considerations, think about those things that you might need to take with you, whether that's medical devices, medical equipment. Do you have special transportation considerations that you need to plan for ahead of time? And do you need assistance evacuating? Set up a support network of people and practice that plan with them so that in the event that you do get an evacuation alert, you're ready.
And I think that's some very important things that you just mentioned there, extra batteries for your phone, extra things that you will really want if you are on the go and do have to get out of there right away. So are these things you can pack up, just have them waiting in like a to-go bag, a duffel bag, like really just something that simple?
Yeah, you could pack up a go bag, whether that's a backpack or, maybe a small duffel bag, and have things in there for each member of the household and the pets, like I said. But also some other good items that you can plan ahead of time for is you can have like a hard drive or a thumb drive with important documents like insurance documents, copies of Social Security cards and birth certificates, any other kind of important documents that you want to save. You can have those on a hard drive, including photos that you want to save. And just really, it's going to be individual for you and your household on what you're going to include in that go kit. But just start thinking about it now and start preparing, and you can add to your go kit as needed. We do have an evacuation checklist on our website, and you can use that as a guide.
Nice. Okay, so that is a great way to just get prepared, a little bit earlier. Going to level 2. You get that call, it's like, be ready to go. That's, I'm assuming, when you get the car packed, you get everything there and you just sit there and wait for an emergency notification. As you mentioned, you can sign up there and get the alert. So I'm assuming that comes to your phone or whatever form that you maybe want. And then you get that notification. How do you know where to go if that were to happen?
So typically in like a wildfire evacuation situation, there will be like members of the Red Cross setting up a shelter for folks. And that information will be posted on the county's website. So go ahead and visit your county's emergency management website ahead of time and get familiar with it so that you'll know in an emergency situation where to find the most accurate, up-to-date information. So like at a level 2, the car should already be packed. The go kit's already in there. And you said waiting for an evacuation notice, but we want to make sure that people are empowered to know you can leave at any time. And we encourage those who need extra time to evacuate to leave early. You don't have to wait for a level 3 notification. If it feels unsafe, go.
This may just be due to perception, and maybe because Portland has been near a lot of fires, and that's where I'm at, where I've seen a lot of these notifications go out. But has it been happening more often over the last few years that you've had to issue these level 1, 2, 3, even 3 evacuation notices, or is it pretty standard that every year that has to happen?
We have seen evacuation notices in different parts of the state every wildfire season. And, it just kind of depends on how the season goes. Obviously we all remember the 2020 wildfires. And so we're all quite aware of the need to be prepared ahead of time. But there is increasing fire on the landscape. We're seeing it every year.
Yeah, and I know with this being Wildfire Awareness Month, there's already been some wildfires that have happened here in Oregon too that seem to have been contained, at least in the area, but it's a concern. And I would imagine, the further we get into summer, the more of a concern that's going to be. Any other tips or tricks or things that you feel like people should know about? Because there's a lot of information that you put out in this press release.
There is. Just going to wildfire.oregon.gov/prepare. We'll have all of the information there. There's flyers to help you better understand what each evacuation level means. There's also the evacuation checklist. There's steps there about staying informed, having a plan, some guides on how to put together your household plan for evacuation, and then some special consideration for those that may have livestock and the need to move their livestock early, pets, as we said, as well as those who might have special considerations for disabilities.
Are there any places in the state of Oregon under level 1 notifications right now?
Not that I'm aware of right now.
Okay. So, but again, I just want to recap everything for everybody too. So, oralert.gov, that is the website you can go to, find out your county emergency page, and actually sign up there to get the notifications that can come through. So that's one of the first steps you mentioned, and then also get these to-go kits packed up. Start thinking about what it is that you would need and things that you'll need in an emergency, and flashlights and camera, batteries for your phone, extra batteries or extra chargers. That's a really great one. I feel like that could come in handy there. It's something that's going to happen here. I'm assuming, right? We're going to get wildfires. Like that's just. I feel like that's inevitable. But being prepared is so important for this. So any other things that you want to add in and let people know about?
Just the sooner that you plan and prepare, the better. You don't want to wait until that evacuation notice comes. You can take the time to really set yourself up to be ready, because as we all know that, if you were to get an evacuation alert, those are stressful times. And so the sooner that you plan and prepare ahead of time and think about those things that you need, that when the event that does happen, you'll be ready.
All right. Well, April, thank you very much for joining us today to talk about this. It's important to think about these things. It's not what you want to think about, but it's something that we should think about and definitely plan ahead with that. And April, thanks for being here on Fox 12 Now.
All right. Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
There we go. April from there we go. I was pressing my buttons here and doing that live. Oregon Department of Emergency Management, talking about that wildfire preparedness, how to be aware, how to be alert, how to be prepared for something like that to come up, because it's going to happen at some point. There will be wildfires in Oregon, so if you're in one of those areas, it's good to know about all this stuff ahead of time and plan ahead. And thanks for joining us here on Fox 12 Now. I'm Greg Nibbler. So we go live at 1 p.m. every weekday, but coming up here in just a little bit, I'll be live at 1:30. So, I don't know, 15 minutes or so. I'll be back live talking to the Oregon Zoo about the 50th birthday of their chimpanzee, Delilah. And I actually have their primate keeper who is going to be on the show, so we're going to be talking about that and asking a lot of questions because I am very unknowledgeable when it comes to that, and so that's why we get to have these fun interviews and find out things together. So that's coming up at 1:30, so wherever you're watching us, just set yourself a timer and join back in, but I'm signing off right now. I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now.